The purpose of the visit is to review the unit's bird aircraft strike hazard management plan. And then we spend the rest of the morning looking around the airfield to see what type of habitat is on the airfield, what types of priorities have been set and met on modifying habitat, fencing, drainage, that type of thing. We usually meet with the airfield management safety folks from the airport side and from the guard side. Often U.S. Department of Agriculture and Wildlife Services is present. They do a lot of the active work on the airfield as well. Well, we started looking inside the airfield around the perimeter of the runways and associated ramps, hangars, and things like that. And then we typically take a look at it if the mission for the unit is away from the airfield, if they have a drop zone, landing zones that they frequent, that type of area. And we'll also go and look at those fields if they're close enough. And when you circle the airport with a helicopter, you can see in hours an hour what would take you weeks to see from the ground. You literally get the bird's eye view of the landscape. BASH is one of the best acronyms in the Air Force. It stands for Bird Aircraft Strike Hazard. It's looking at birds and other wildlife in and around the airfield to get access to the airfield, get into the flight path of the aircraft, impact the engines, impact other components, windshields. We could actually lose an aircraft due to a strike, ingestion of a bird, loss of power. We can cripple the aircraft.
Today we hosted a BASH team visit from NGB, and they came out and they're assisting us with rewriting our BASH program. About every 5 years they'll take a look at the wildlife within the area, birds, coyotes, that kind of stuff, and then write a plan to help mitigate the risk of us operating around wildlife, both here locally in Reno and then on some of our outlying fields like Amity Army Airfield. Today we try to include as many people as we could that affect our local area flying here. There was some joint operations. We did get the Army Guard to help us out in flying today. We had members from the tower that deal with all the civilian traffic that's here, how we interact with them, how their aircraft interact with the wildlife that's here. NGB had a big part in it. They actually fund a USDA wildlife biologist to work with us year round, and then collectively all those people come together and come up with a plan of how we can best mitigate the threats that are out there as far as wildlife.